project was a Gundam anime model kit. As a kid growing up, I watched the show, built the kits, never painted them. I was above my skill level. And so this time around, I made it a point to really push myself to custom paint the whole thing, whether it takes some cool photography with it, and just kind of see what adult Cayce could create in comparison to what he used to build as a kid. The main point of the project, or the reason I selected it, I actually had this model kit for years sitting in my closet. Leading up to my creative week, I've been debating bigger projects, and I wanted to make sure that the week that I had, I was able to really dedicate my time to the project. I had all the supplies, and I wanted to really challenge myself with this thing I had sitting in my closet for years. The other purpose was to disconnect. I wanted to make sure my project wasn't tech related. I didn't want to be sitting in front of a screen. I wanted to make sure when I took my week off, I could close the office door and really focus on something physical and engage a different part of my creativity that I don't normally interact with. The point of my creative week was to engage the physical side of creativity. I spent 35 plus hours on it in the course of the week. Woke up at 8, worked until 9 o'clock at night on it. It was incredibly fulfilling. I was really happy with the end product. Obviously, there's things I could have done better, but what I got out of it was the want and drive to continue to create in a physical space and not necessarily always in a digital format. One of the biggest things that challenged me is I live in an apartment, and so when you're painting a model kit, you use a lot of fumes and spray cans, and so dealing with weather was issue number one. Maybe coordinating when my creative week was a little warmer, a little less windy would have helped the whole painting process. One of my biggest issues that I ran into was the time constraint in planning the color combination of it. I spent way too long looking at the same pieces 10 times, trying to decide if those colors were the right colors to use from the scenario. Planning out the color scheme earlier would have been probably prudent. Yeah, so the creative weeks, the whole point is maybe not necessarily to engage the creative side, but it's a way to recharge. For those that they don't see themselves as creatives, it's a way to grow, learn a new skill, read a new book, explore. And I think, for me as a creative, I wanted to do something creative and in addition, challenge myself with a skill set that I hadn't really worked with before. I think giving our team members the ability to grow and learn outside of the constraints of the 9 to 5 is super useful. There's a way of disconnecting and reconnecting with another side that you want to explore that I think is incredibly valuable. I appreciate having the time to be able to do this. And I think giving the time for personal growth is crucial in a healthy company culture.